Hello there, my name is Oddimus Prime, and welcome to our new exciting show where we spend a little bit of time watching some Saturday morning cartoons. I'm joined, as always, by my illustrious co-host, PrimeTime Moff. Hi, Moff.
Hi, sir.
So this week, because we're part of Mask Month and we're doing all Mask stuff and we're really, really into Mask, we thought we'd watch an episode of Transformers. No, we're going to watch the first episode of the Mask cartoon. So how this is going to work, it's very simple. We're going to press play and we're going to watch an episode of Mask. I'll put some little video up every so often. You'll see what we're watching and we will comment upon it as we go. Feel free to watch along with us if you like. We'll give you good warning as to when we're going to start watching. And yeah, we're going to do this as a test episode for this week. And then if this works and we quite enjoy it, we'll probably do more. And if we enjoy it and it doesn't work, we'll still probably do more. Moff, what do you, before we watch this, what do you remember of the Mask cartoon show from 1985, 86, whenever it surfaced?
So, I love the cartoon. I think, like many of us, we have fond memories of one of the greatest 80s theme tunes. The Mask theme tune is absolutely outstanding and just pure buckle John. But not just the music, the actual intro video really got you going. And I think that's when we talk back to the toys that they're releasing this new line. Gator might not seem like it's the biggest or best toy in the line, but it's so synonymous with the Mask cartoon because of that intro bit where it flies into the screen. So, no, I absolutely loved it. I had lots of VHSs from cartoons when I was a kid, so I just rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. And I can't remember all the episodes. I always remember the one with the Statue of Liberty. Getting stolen, being one that I watched loads of times. But yeah, and I know they did, as many of them did, Mask movie, but it's not movie, it's just like a handful of episodes put together. And then they did a Mask 2 movie, which was the start of racing series. But I did pick up when they released them. I don't know if they're still even available. When got their Jetix, like how old are these DVDs? When they released the Mask DVDs, I picked them up. Now the interesting bit is that Series 1 is universal rated. Anybody can watch it. You're absolutely fine. Only watch this one if your parents let you watch it. The second season, or second volume becomes PG, and I don't know why. So it's the first volume was however many episodes 1 to 38, and then the second one was the final 27, so season 1, and the complete season 2, the racing season. So I have watched them a good few times. I love putting the Mask cartoon on in the background. I've probably watched Mask as a full series more than I've watched Transformers as a full series, which doesn't speak volumes for either. Both have their challenges, both have their issues. But I'm really looking forward to doing this one with you. And I've got thoughts on the single episode and other aspects of the show, but we'll chat as we go, I guess.
Awesome. Right. Well, let's kick this off because otherwise we're just going to waffle on like we normally do for 45 minutes and not get what we intend to done. So we're going to start this in, I'm going to do a countdown from 5. And we'll go on. Are you ready to play?
I'll just very quickly point out
Oh,
to
yeah,
everybody,
yeah,
the whole show is available on YouTube, so that's where we're watching it, and it's
Yeah.
just dead easy. As many shows now are, like, it's fantastic. You've got this resource called YouTube. Don't know if you've heard of it, but it has loads of illegally obtained. May I add, illegally obtained.
Also
We don't endorse
there's
that.
also legal ones as well.
Well, there is,
Yeah.
like our stuff. Yeah, okay. So give us a countdown,
Right.
sir.
Countdown from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! That theme tune, just the start of the theme tune is awesome.
Just Like everything about the intro, like gives you the pulse for the tune. It's showing you, you know, Boulder Hill, the big main bit. This bit energising the mask. It really kind of introduces you to characters, introduces you what happens with it.
John Tebow.
Yeah. Just brilliant.
All of the vehicles in one go.
I know. Just showing you how it's showing you what each of the vehicles do as well. Like so simply, it's so clever. Interesting. The intro has Hurricane in it rather than Firecracker.
Yes. Yes.
Because Firecracker gets destroyed and then Hondo starts driving Thundercracker. But there you go, like that bit, just epic.
Also good. Okay. I can't remember what happens in this episode. Although I have seen it recently.
I was going to say I've watched it twice in the last week, just in the build-up to this, just kind of get some notes down. The first episode, and interestingly, unlike a Transformers, which gives you the here's how things start, this didn't do that. Not all shows did. To be fair, like Turtles didn't do it either. It didn't start with a here's what happened.
Like we have proof at last of a life-giving meteor. Now we'll be able to save more lives faster than ever before using its radioactive energy.
So they found a meteor that has life on it in the first episode of a cartoon show.
Unbelievable.
Love the music in this as well. And everybody wearing a mask so that you don't have to render loads of faces.
Oh no! The meteor is gone.
It's
You've seen way too much. Give me that camera, mister.
What?
Huh?
What have they seen? They saw a UFO, which is obviously their intention.
I know. It's like, don't record this, but you're trying to kind of showcase, try to take up what's actually happening. Just,
You got company coming, Rox. Get out the welcome mat.
No sweat. You can clean up when the party's over.
do you know what I always... It's the, like, voice activated in the helmets. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bit like Beast Wars, where it's maximise and terrorise, like,
This ought to slow you down.
just this kind of bizarre aspect of it. The masks are like Alexa.
I seem to remember that a fair number of the cast is the same person.
Yeah.
Doug Stone is Matt Tracker, Dusty Hayes, Hondo McClane, and Bruce Sato.
Yeah. I mean, Transformers had that. All 80s cartoons had that small.
Oh, of course. And credit to the voice actors.
Oh yeah.
But not a good diver.
Good joke.
Actually, the guy doing Sly and Cliff is the same person.
He's quite a successful guy. Is our Matt Tracker? Look at the size of his house.
Where am I?
And remember, 28 years old.
Some of my friends found you.
Canonically 28.
Who are you?
And look at him,
My
like,
name is Tracker.
he dresses more like a grown-up than you or I ever have done.
Tracker, I've
Yeah.
heard of you.
I hope the reports were good.
Better than good.
It also
You're
sounds
supposed to help people in trouble.
like
And boy,
50.
could I use some help now.
So could a lot of people, Professor
it
Stevens.
is
However,
tough to
my
say when
efforts
I'm
lie
about
in
to
rather
turn 47.
unusual situations.
Then maybe you'd better
Oh,
look at
man.
this. It's a question of life or death for millions of people.
For any young people watching, that's the thing called a videotape. Look at their play space. Like, it looked like a big, massive Scalextrics track, table tennis, and arcade machines. Like, even in the 80s, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's rich for reasons.
But you're right. He's got a motorcycle robot best friend. Like, come on.
Do we ever find out where this is set? It's like, is it like in the 80s or is it?
I don't think there's ever anything that gives it
No.
any indication that it's not set in the 80s.
Professor Stevens.
Yeah, it's that kind of weird technology that somehow exists in comics and cartoons, but
Yeah.
was completely impossible.
All right, Professor.
However, we're watching a show
Handle
like
the situation.
it's the aspect of
Just stay here.
in the 80s there was also transforming robots and all these kind of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
So it's just you look at it as an adult and you question certain aspects that as a child you just would never even think of. And actually, the animators and the writers are just like,
for this mission.
let's just sell this.
Oh, yeah. Let's not forget what this is actually
Yeah.
about. Oh, here we go.
Like,
Personal
one of my
selected.
favourite bits.
That
I love this bit in the shows. It's like, what are they up to this week?
Oh, he's just running off from a gig.
Mechanical engineer, mechanical specialist, vehicle code name.
It's when some of them leave their job. Like, I've been a manager, I'd fire half of these folk.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what do you think you're away to?
Computer and communications expert, Rhino Systems commander.
This was always a bit that upset me as a child, and this is why I know I got the 2-pack with Alex Sector. Alex Sector's doesn't come with Rhino, and I didn't have Boulder Hill. I wanted my Alex Sector to go with my Rhino.
Yeah.
And I kind of
I
would like a
just
second
leave
Alex
a
Sector.
class. Just walks out of his class.
I'd like a second Alex Sector just to go with.
Yeah.
Rhino, and one with my Boulder Hill, actually, now that I'm saying that. It just leaves a pizza.
Master of disguise, intelligence expert,
What a terrible employee. At least he's working at Boulder
He's
Hill. Like,
literally working at Boulder Hill.
I do like that it's a functioning petrol station. You know, like
Yeah.
I think that's, you know,
I love the
And the
way he has
side of
to
a
pull a
hill.
lever for his chair to go backwards.
yeah. There is an episode later on, I'm sure, that explains what happens. You know, when they get into the chamber and their masks are energised. I'm sure there is an explanation of that, and it's to do with his brother. I'm sure finds the stuff. But again, I know we're going to talk about the end. What wonderful parenting when you leave your child with a robot, don't check in on your child, and then your child can just easily access all this dangerous material. Like, somebody not phoning child services.
Now
Yeah.
to see if my theory is correct.
What is your theory?
That it's a Kinder Egg. Americans can't
Is
have
it?
Kinder Eggs. Oh, it's
okay.
red rust.
Fantastic. The destructive power of those pieces is just as I suspect.
How?
Again,
Okay,
what age
okay.
is he? What age is he meant to be again? Is he not younger than you?
Oh, he's like 44. He's 3 years
He's younger
younger
than
than
me.
me.
Like,
Yeah.
The Deathstone.
I So, just to clarify, a meteor crashes. Some woman seems to have been working on a system for life-giving properties based on the radiation she has had absolutely no way of accessing prior to that asteroid landing. And Miles Mayhem is like, ah, yes, as I suspected. If I cut this open, it'll kill people instead. Because, anyway, I'm applying like logic and storytelling to something that really.
it's great, isn't it?
Yay! The animation is gorgeous in this, though. It's really nice.
I'm also wondering, right, like, so I'm hoping it pulls back again. Did they all have a seat there? Does it create enough seats that there's enough for everybody who's going to be there that week?
Yeah.
You know, the next again mission has got 12 folk. Does it have 12 seats around it?
Ah, there they all go. And the team sheet.
What an imagery.
Regarding the spacecraft.
Again, like, very clever because it's the first episode and they're managing to squeeze all the mask vehicles into one episode.
Yeah.
Because there's the three of them, then you've got Jackhammer, Piranha, and Switchblade. So all 8 of the first season vehicles are in the first episode.
Yep. There's Switchblade.
Let's move it. We have some deliveries to make. Stay close to those trucks. I'll observe from the air in case anyone is in our way.
It's just this big, large
Trident maneuver.
Colonel man.
I kind of don't understand, right? So, flying is quicker than driving. So if you're rushing to get somewhere, why now? Only now are you going? Better start flying. Like,
Yeah, may as well. Oh look, there's a helicopter.
So they figured out I split the meteor.
Ow!
They'll
What?
wish they never interfered.
just great.
It is good.
And like you know, I said Beast Wars later on. They transform very like the toys. Like there's none of them are massively different. Like so you can properly recreate the bits from the show, which is great.
Why do you need backup? Why is he saying you need backup? One enemy has come, and there's two of you.
Hologram projection on.
Ah, yes.
I'm quite sure that's how missiles work.
Yep. Heat-seeking missile will follow a hologram, but you know, maybe it's a.
Hey,
Oh,
Tom,
good grief!
I don't know if stowing away on this mission was such a hot idea.
Of course it wasn't. Idiot child.
He is really an idiot child.
Liftoff beam on.
Loved Lifter Beam. I thought Brasata was brilliant, but he was just so calm and collected.
Oh no! More trouble!
Shredder, do your stuff.
I'm just playing with my toys while we watch this. And just like so clever toys.
I unfortunately don't have enough of the toys around to do that. Ah, Jacko! Jacko was one of my favourites.
Old Dusty's coming.
Oh, old Dusty. So.
Hit him with the electric ouch.
Oh, and that made him stop.
Huh?
Was that like an EMP? Or did it... I don't understand. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Time for a little antimatter.
Yep.
That should hold him. We've got a job to finish.
So Condor has an anti-matter gun.
Your kid's here. God, what's he
Yeah.
doing here?
That seems a little OP. But all they've used it for is making a missile not work.
Hondo's hurt, and it's all my fault.
Yes, it is all your fault, Scott. It's always all your fault.
T-Bob,
Everything in this show that is a problem is always your
Steven
fault.
said that meteor can save lives. Hondo saved
Blame
my
the kids.
life, and it's time I return the favor. Track him, T-Bob.
So,
Where's Scott? Hondo's hurt bad, Matt. And Scott's gone.
Oh no,
I
he's
think-
gone.
he has gone. Oh no, it was Venom. It wasn't Scott's fault. So, most of the main characters I said are Doug Stone, who's the backtracker, Dusty Hayes, Honda McLean, and Bruce Sato. It's something that's quite uniquely 80s, I think. I don't think it's happened much after that, but it's voice actors doing outrageous accents. His Bruce Sato accent is bordering on the offensive. It's not quite horrible. It's not quite stereotypical, but it's close.
Is this your idea of a joke, Mayhem? No, I don't know what,
Oh wow!
Oh no, he's going to steal Switchblade. That's going to go well, isn't it?
Scott to Mask! Scott to Mask! Come in, Mask!
Matt, I've got Scott on the radio.
Where
I
are
also
they
think
driving?
And
Sorry.
how's he get his frequency to get a hold of him?
Yeah, press a button, just say what you want. It's like Alexa, I suppose.
I'm fine. How are you?
Worried about you. Find your way back to the house.
I'm fine, how are you?
Yes, sir. Mask Agent Scott Tracker. Over and out. Boy, I wish I knew how to fly this.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh, this is awful. This is awful.
Is this the inspiration for Star Wars Episode 1 when Anakin ends up in the fighter? In the blue fighter.
This is bad. The generic bad guys with their masks as well is hilarious. Like, look at that. Like, that's just awful.
You'd be dead.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Venom soldiers.
Do you know how to drive a truck? Well, great, you drive.
Okay, gentlemen. This one's for Hondo. Lock-in tracking device. We've got to get that meteor back together.
Switch into laser-guided jet mode. Condor to Mach 1.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Either way it looks.
He can drive at Mach 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And if you hit somebody driving at Mach 1,
Oh, yeah.
that would have been his arms gone at the very least.
That was a big mistake, pal. You can't get away now.
Come on, Venom, get closer. Antimatter sure comes in handy sometimes.
Jackhammer's one of those ones that's just pure black. It doesn't look like anything special, but it's such a good toy.
It's so good. It's just, it's quite simple, but it's really effective. And I love the turret. And the it's always the little gun that's missing.
Yeah.
Yours got a little gun.
He's got a little gun. But the best, one of the coolest features of it is when it rolls, the two guns at the front.
Yeah. The little
Like, just so clever.
Yeah. But also, the other thing about the Venom characters, I really like their masks. His mask is awesome.
Yeah.
A sort of like almost like a cobra head kind of thing.
Piranha was always the one I coveted the most as a child. So having a piranha is just fantastic. But it does make me like I'm looking at the on the side of this. I'm looking at the short mask versus long mask because I realised that my Brad Turner's the short mask version. I didn't realise. I remembered. Sorry. And I'm like the. cheesy.
Ah, yes. Frozen alive. So, how many times per episode do you think they would actually have legitimately killed people? I mean, he ran his motorbike into the Mark 1 to steal the case. That would have killed the war.
Looks like company.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Go for it.
I think Thunderhawk is the most stupid of all the vehicles.
In what way? Just how it actually functions?
I mean, it seems like they saw like a gull wing car and was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the doors were wings on a car? And that's basically all they did, though. They did some engines at the back, but there's nothing cool that happens at the front end at all. No guns poke out, nothing changes. It's just his doors open, and then he's sat there, exposed, and flying around, shooting and everything else. But yeah, it's cool, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, but it's stupid.
We did it, partner. Why don't you bring in the last piece of that old meteor and we'll fix up Hondo good as new?
I don't have it, Dusty.
Oh no.
I failed.
Jake's like Brad's just kicking about with his sunglasses on still. Even kind of in a house, all the challenges, and he's just like, I've still my glasses on, I'm cool.
It was stashed in the truck me and T-Bob took.
I don't know whether to hug you or spank you.
Can't get away with that these days. Adopted child, remember? Adopted child.
Yes. Adopted child. 28-year-old man and his adopted 10-year-old child.
Spank him.
You know what the fun thing is? So they've got this meteor that has the power to cure all ailments. Never mentioned again.
Just doing my job.
They've literally
And
just
right
had
now,
something
that job
that
includes
is
figuring out
effectively
what to do with the
creating
meteor.
mortality.
I don't think we'll have to
They are about to explain that, but
take a look.
Oh,
check.
yes. Oh, of course, yes. It stops working instantly.
And do you know how many other episodes that happens? Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, we don't need to worry about this anymore. It's like, oh my goodness.
Auto just struck MacGuffin.
Mask may have won the battle, but the war goes on.
I can't believe I
Next
forgot that.
time, the victory will be mine.
No, wait. It's the first episode. You ain't gonna win. Yay! Health and safety videos.
I don't know why they call this game catch. You keep missing the ball.
Ah, with one puzzle.
Your throws are so bad, T-Bog.
Also, like,
When you run
he's got this big, massive mansion. Why are they playing it beside the road? Like, I've got a mansion. You're playing in this massive back garden. So
Absolutely
obviously
amazing.
Ends with it, but yeah, so some kind of comical bits. The safety tips. Having rewatched, I watched a couple of episodes last weekend as we were recording for the first episode, and they're just terrible because it's like this one. You've seen what Scott's just went through, and it's like just watch. You know, when you're walking about both ways, not. I'm a bit of a cack parent. I've left you without checking that you're going to be okay. To say to you, by the way, I'm going on a very dangerous mission. If anything happens, call this number, blah, 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 blah. No, and you don't even check to see where he is when you leave. So he's in the back of it. But yeah, tell him to make sure he looks both ways. And again, the irony of you have a massive mansion. Like, there is a silly bit of it. I get it, you know, in the 80s post, you know, the point of these cartoons was it was essentially going to be an advert, and that was a big thing they overcame. And it's how do you kind of get by it? So you know, quite a few of the cartoons had these safety bits, but they're honestly they're like the third episode has one where it's always buckle your seatbelt, and it's an episode where Scott has been massively put at risk through negligence on his adopted father's behalf. And yet he's like, make sure you buckle your seatbelt. Whoa. Don't try and kid on you're a good parent now. Like, come on. We've been watching this episode. You know, child services are getting called on you, pal.
Yeah, it's these public service announcement kind of things, these whatever you want to call them. There's this synonymous with 80s cartoons. It was like we are selling you a toy, but we're also going to give you a message that will keep your parents happy whilst they are being forced to buy you toys. Obviously, I'm sure you're aware of the G.I. Joe ones and the mock G.I. Joe ones, the redubbed ones. They're just amazing. I absolutely love those.
But that being said, that was a good first episode into the show.
It actually was.
You think about, as I said, all the vehicles from the original toy line, the original first series, are shown in that episode. It's not long before they start showing others. And okay, there was showcasing Hurricane and the title intro, which is really interesting to get a season 2 vehicle in the title intro. Like, I thought it was kind of cool. I never really clicked on it until I was watching it there. And yeah, I've obviously saw it so many times. Just interesting to note. But yeah, to pull off so many vehicles. Make sure if you got the chance to see all the different characters. I thought it was a good episode to kind of kick you off. There are some brilliant episodes in the series. There's like a ridiculous amount of episodes. So you know what season 1 goes up to episode 70 something. Is that right? 60, 65 episodes in season 1, and then season 2, the racing season has. Well, that doesn't confusing because it tells you that in a different style. Back in my book. No, it doesn't tell you the number either. So it goes up to a total of 76 episodes. So take it from that way well. But it works out to be 10 episodes in season 2, so the racing season. So there are like anything. There's good episodes and there are bad episodes, but that was a good kind of start one.
Yeah. Again, as I say, it's very much of its ilk and of its time. And as you said before, there's two different ways of doing first episodes for a toy line based thing. It's set the scene, which you've got with Transformers and Thundercats, or you've got the just drop you in mid adventure, which you have with He-Man and Mask and Turtles to an extent as well. And then you get some of the backstory later. I can't actually remember how much backstory you get with Mask. You don't. I don't remember there being a. This is how Matt Tracker started Mask or anything like that.
There is a flashback in one of the episodes, and I did think we could maybe go back and kind of watch that, but because I do think we should do another episode. I want to do the racing series. So. I thought it'd be interesting to do the first episode of the racing series. And before that, we'll have a look and see if we can find that clip for it, how it explains it. It was also in the comics, so the kind of toys had some mini comics, and it was in them as well. The kind of takeaways from the episode, right? So, or from the show, there was a moment, I can't remember if it was in the first episode. I think it was he gets T-Bob to transform. He says T-Bob convert. I just thought it was kind of funny. He's not like using the word transform either at that point. The energizing mask bit just always just made me so excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. Like that kind of bit in the back. I've seen people who have done 3D printed bits to go in the back of your Boulder Hill that will have that kind of table with a mask bit on it. I think that's just beautiful. What a way to display that would be really cool. But the agent selection, but all that bit from, select the best agents for the mission. When it's going through, telling you who they... Again, think of the aspect of trying to make sure you understood who the characters were. That's very clever. Like, that's a very clever way to go. Here's who your person is, here's what they do, and here's the vehicle they ride. So you kind of are already clicking that that's who it is. You don't have to explain it further. Yeah. It's a very clever gimmick. I have, from the point I bought a smartwatch, wanted mine to have that mask bit in it, and it's never. I only use one app for my faces, so there might be other apps and other ones I may have to hunt around and kind of see if I can find. Maybe with the resurgence of Mask, this might be something that they actually produce. That would be awesome. But yeah, even when we're watching it and it just ditches his pizza halfway and drops on the ground, like, how do these folk not fire from their jobs? Or the folk who are the rock concert and he just disappears. Like, these folk have paid for a ticket. Like, can't be a refund.
How often are they called out on missions, and how secretive are they about it?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny because obviously they keep their identity secret from Miles Mayhem, but Miles Mayhem doesn't really bother with, like, the villains are just like, yeah, we are who we are, get a grip, but deal with it, doesn't matter. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Did you enjoy it?
I really did. I really did. It's better than I remember, and I've seen it quite a few times. It is a really fantastic way of introducing everything. There's enough in there to make you see all of the vehicles and all of their basic abilities. You don't see everything. You don't see every mask's ability, and you don't get that much screen time. But for a 22-minute episode, we've seen 10 characters introduced, all of their vehicles and all of their vehicle alt modes all do something within that time frame, which, that's a bit of a skill involved in doing that. So yeah, kudos to them, I think. I did just read, there's a bit of interesting trivia. That apparently there's 2 separate cuts of this episode. One with every time any of the driving takes place, the image is mirrored, flipped, so that it looks like they're driving on the opposite side.
That's clever.
For the UK, for example, who obviously
I didn't know that
drive on the right, correct side of a car, whereas everybody else is obviously wrong. Sure. Anyway, yes, that was that. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you watched along with us. Have you got anything else to say about this, Mr. Moff?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I say, I kind of want to go. I watched a couple episodes last week, and the build up for us kind of doing it, and just the intro is hands down one of the absolute best ones out there. There's a great version of it by Punk Rock Factory, which makes it even more cool. So I recommend that. But yeah, I look forward to doing another episode of Mask, but actually I think that's a really good fun series for us to go forward with.
Yeah. Awesome. We definitely need to do some more episodes. So yes, hopefully you've enjoyed this, and hopefully you'll join us for the next time that we do this. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again. Bye!